From a young age, I ask questions all the time. Mom, why is the sky blue? Why do people have to sleep? Why is 1 plus 1 equals to 2? But look back now, I think my mom's biggest why is who's that kid and why she kept calling me mom. Even though she still answers all my questions with patience. And that is what gives me the courage to ask why to the world still now. Fun fact, I'm a math lover. I'm a liar. I'm joking, I do like math a lot. Maybe because math is one of the few places where curiosity is not annoying, it's expected. In math, why is the one knowing and knowing. And for solving for why, the whole point is just to isolating why. For being able to do that, you need to move everything else out of the way. Not because it's not important, but because you need clarity. I think it's the same thing for life, that you need to know what are you actually solving for. But somewhere along the way, I kind of think we stopped doing that. I grew up in a place where answers matter more than questions. From a young age, I learned how to do things correctly, how to get good results, how to keep it up, and how to meet different people's expectations. But no one ever told me why I was doing all of that. I was curious at first, but later on, I learned how to be efficient. And somewhere along the way, I stopped asking why. Why I was learning, why I was competing, why I was doing all of that looked so meaningful, but don't always feel that way. When I was in middle school, something happened that changed how I see all of these today. There's a girl my age died by suicide in my city at night. The day after, people talk about it all over the school, all over the city. But what stayed with me was not what just happened, was the first question people ask. They're wondering if her grades were bad, if she was too afraid that she couldn't make it into a good college. But later on, people find out that she is actually ranked on the top 5 of her grades. Out of more than 1,000 students, I still think that's pretty impressive. By every visible standard, she was doing well. But what I kept asking myself, was that what she really wanted? Do she know why she was doing all of that? And most importantly, is she living in her own answer or someone else's? If one day that she don't even have the why that she is living and working for, then everything that happened seems to make sense now. One of my favorite movies is an Indian movie called Secret Superstar. It's about a girl who loves music and dreams of becoming a superstar. But her dad sees that as something childish and ridiculous. To him, music is a waste of time, something that will never turn into real life. There's one powerful scene at the airport when the full family was about to move to another country. And they figure out their luggage is actually overweighted by the time they are checking in. Without hesitate, the first thing her dad decides to throw away is her guitar, as her dream is the most disposable thing she owns. And that is when her mom finally spoke up. She said something that was so meaningful to me that will make me remember for my whole life. She said that is not just a guitar. That's her dream. Without dream, there's no difference between waking up every day or sleep forever. Without dreams, what does she have left? That is always a reminder to me that dream is more than everything we own. That is like the why we are living and working for. And without that, life lost its meaning. To be able to keep finding my whys, I moved to America alone when I was 15. I didn't bring much stuff with me. All I had was 2 suitcases and my whys to the world. In my first year, also my 8th grade year, I don't talk at all. I'm not exaggerating, I really don't talk. People say hi to me, they ask me questions. I will smile politely and then walk away. That year is still one of the most painful memories of my life. But look back now, I think that year is also one of the moments that shaped me who I am today. Because for the first time in my 15 years of living, I was truly alone with myself. No expectation, no labels. No one told me what I should be. Just silence. And in that silence, I finally had the chance to really think and spend time with myself. Being the isolating one is not something cool. It felt lonely. It felt scary. Even made me feel like I'm doing something wrong. But look back now, I think that year also brought me something incredibly valuable. Space. Space to ask myself, what do I really want? What do I really care when no one was watching? And most importantly, what's my whys? Today, we live in a place where information is overloaded. Carrying the why, we are surrounded by so many answers. Does anyone here have ChatGPT on their phone or laptop? Don't we all? I love Chat. Chat is literally my best friend. I talk to him every single day. Chat, what should I eat? Chat, what should I wear? Chat, help me pick between 5 options. I'm too tired to think about it. And in the other side of the screen, Chat seems to be unbeatable. Because he's always faster than every single of my friends, which includes me. At times, Chat even feels capable for planning my whole life for me. But that is when I start thinking about what does it really trying to replace. I start thinking on our judgment and our sense of why. Because Chat can always give you information, options, even provide you solutions. But the only one who can answer your why of life is yourself. As we grow up, we've been told, don't act like a kid. Just do what you're supposed to do. So we go to work because we're supposed to. We go to school because we're supposed to. We live on an autopilot. Do we really know that why we are doing all of that? If one day we don't even know why we're doing all of these, then what's all the point? So maybe being the isolating why is not something dangerous. What's dangerous is we all lost curiosity one day. What's dangerous is if we waking up every day and no longer carrying our whys. Also, maybe being the isolating why is not being lonely. It's about being honest. Honest enough to sit with uncomfortable questions. Honest enough to sound like a kid again. And most importantly, in a world full of informations, maybe the most powerful thing we could do as a human is to keep asking whys. Thank you.